Hello and welcome to my live. You're welcome. Happy weekend. Hope you all are doing just fine. Just give me a couple of minutes for me to share my live. Oh, yes. An ardent follower sent me a video and asked me what my opinions are. So I want to give you my opinions. Unfortunately, some people feel that I talk against the church. No, I talk against anything that is not sitting in place, anything that I feel that needs to be looked into. All right. So I don't just pick up my topics randomly because I want to talk. So based on popular demand, I've decided to react, and here is my reaction based on that. So, but just give me some time to share my life and then we get straight into the video. No time to waste. We are talking about what is currently trending, just as I will always tell you. Just as I will always tell you, on Contemporary Views, we discuss trending issues, very, very trendy ones. So actually, a couple of days back, our very own Bishop David Oyedepo Living Faith Church, otherwise known as Winners Chapel, yes, Living Faith Church, aka Winners Chapel, their general overseer has been dragged for a couple of days now. So many narratives out there, but you all know me that I do not just pick up any kind of narrative and then begin to talk about. You all are welcome to my live. Thank you for joining. When you join, do well to like the video. Do well to like the video. Thank you so much. Where are you joining in from? If you're joining in for the first time, my name is Gillian and the platform is Contemporary Views. I am broadcasting here on YouTube and here on Facebook. Jonathan, thank you so much. I am seeing that name for the first time. Do well to follow the page, all right? We have interesting things we talk about here all the time, okay? Thank you so much for joining. Hi, King. You're welcome to my live. If you're joining in for the first time, do well to follow. Follow for more. We have lots of things we'll be talking about, okay? So just give me a moment to share my life and then we go straight into the topic. But I was already building the foundation. King, why are you joining in? King, English, all right? So thank you all so much for joining and you're welcome to my live. Do well to like the video. My name is Gillian and you are on to Contemporary Views. On Contemporary Views, we discuss trending issues, and one of such issues that is trending like right now is Bishop David Oyedepo, who is being dragged for some reasons. So I decided to go dig up what is actually happening. Yes, sometimes when I bring church topics on here, people say that I talk against the church. No, I talk against some things that are not biblical and some doctrines that have no foundation in the church at all. So this is one of such topics, and I want for us to be very, very participative as far as this broadcast is concerned. I need you to be active on the comment section so that I need you to be active on the comment section so that we can make progress together. Thank you so much. You all are welcome. Now, for those of you who don't know who the three pastors I mentioned are, they are all pastors from Living Faith Ministries, aka Redeem, Winners Chapel. Now, one of the pastors in question is the general overseer of that ministry, and two other pastors were his vices who are now retired. But it seems like this retirement did not sit well with so many people, and many bloggers have been castigating and dragging this man. Now, when I bring church news on here, some people feel that I like to publicize the negativity of pastors. No, what I do not like is the negative doctrines that they introduce in church, and then they try to force it down the throats of Christians and cannot be portrayed in the wrong light, and then all the Christians sit down and watch. I, for one, I will not do that. So I question some of the doctrines. I highlight some of the actions that go on in churches and some of those things that are not good. So I project them, and then we talk about them, take home some lessons, and of course, make the necessary changes. Anyway, thank you so much for joining in. You're welcome. Where are you joining in from? Hey, Paps, you're live. Thank you. Thank you for joining my live. So, in a couple of minutes, we will be delving into the video. Proper. You're welcome to my live, Danielle. Arctic, you're welcome to my live. Thank you all so much for joining in. I was taking a minute to share the live. Today I am talking about three pastors, two of them assistant pastors or vices, and the other the general overseer of that ministry. So many people, so many bloggers have been dragging the man of God. I am not here to drag anyone. I just want to clear the air as to what is actually going on. Thank you so much, Danielle. If you're joining in for the first time, do well to like the video. My name is Jillian, and you're welcome to Contemporary Views. If you're not following me yet, please click the subscribe button so you get notifications when next I am live. Austin, you're welcome. Thank you for joining. You all are welcome. So I am going to begin the video. Hi Austin, you're welcome. Thank you for joining my live. If you're joining in for the first time, do well to like the video, okay? If you're not following me, do well to follow, like, and subscribe. Okay guys, please just give me your audience, your ears, and bear with me. I am going to read to you a couple of that's okay, Austin, a couple of write-ups pertaining to the case. Let me just give you a foundation. Before I always explain why I am bringing anyone on my platform, I always try to give you a foundation so that you understand why I am giving you, or why I am bringing whoever I bring up here, or whatever information I bring up here. Now, I am broadcasting on YouTube here and on Facebook. So if you find me tilting, please understand, because I have audience here and I have audience here. Yes, I am going to read, all right? So listen. Well, Danielle, I'm sorry about that. So just give me your ears. Let me read to you. Now, this write-up, for this information, I got this write-up from the Punch newspaper. Actually, this is a man of God who retires two of his vices, but this does not sit well with the Christian community, especially in Nigeria. All of them are Nigerians, by the way, so but it doesn't sit well with the community, the Christian community, because he is being questioned why he retires someone. They are suggesting crazy things. I will get to that part, but let's just get to here, okay? The two vice presidents of Bishop David Oyedepo's church, the Living Faith Church, aka Winners Chapel, for over 3 and 4 decades, respectively. Now, these two pastors or these two bishops who are being sent on retirement have been in the church, one for 3 decades, that's 30 years, and the other for 4 decades, that's 40 years. So it's not something that just started right now, all right? So I need you to follow. Multiple sources in the church, including a pastor in the church who requested anonymity due to the lack of authorization to speak to the press, confirmed the planned retirement of Bishop David Abioye and Bishop Thomas Aremu to the Punch on Thursday. That is Thursday. According to the sources, the retirement aligned with Winners Chapel's operational manual. The mandate, which recently revised the retirement age from 60 to 55. But this is not what the bloggers are carrying. The bloggers are carrying something else. Austin, I need you to listen, all right? A member who attends the headquarter church in Ota, Ogun State said, "We have heard that Bishop Abioye and the other Bishop Aremu in Ibadan will leave during Bishop Oyedepo's birthday celebration. That is the new law in the church. Only Bishop Oyedepo can remain in his position for life." Now, that is where the problem really is, because they say the general overseer is older than the two vices he is sending on retirement. Why is that? If the church is supposed to be for the people, it means that the retirement age should affect everybody, because the bishop is 70 years. He recently celebrated 70 years. He shouldn't be retiring people that are younger than him and stays in his own position. And it is being said here clearly that the manual of the church dictates that pastors go on retirement at 55. So this is what I have to tell you. So let us clear that misunderstanding, because many bloggers are carrying the wrong narrative. Austin, please, can you stop? Stop. You are not serious. A member who attends the headquarter church. Oh, I read that already. I'll read it all over again. A member who attends the headquarter church in Ota, Ogun State said, "We have heard that Bishop Abioye and the other Bishop Aremu in Ibadan will leave during Bishop Oyedepo's birthday celebration. That is the new law in the church. Only Bishop Oyedepo can remain in his position for life." One of the two bishops One of the two bishops has even been considering leaving for a while, so this is no news to some of us in church. Efforts by our correspondents to verify the development with the church's media officially were unsuccessful, as they did not answer calls or respond to messages sent via WhatsApp. Bishop Abioye is currently 63 years. Austin, listen, is currently 63 years, while Bishop Aremu is 67 years. And the General Overseer, Bishop Oyedepo, is 70 years. So he is older than the others. Note that. Only the church's founder will be allowed to serve beyond this new age limit, with future leaders permitted to serve 1 or 2 terms of 7 years each, subject to the Board of Trustees' approval. According to Church Times, valedictory services will be held for the 2 bishops at their respective churches. Bishop Abioye's farewell service will be set Friday, October 18, 2024 in Durumi, Abuja, while Bishop Aremu's service will take place at LFC Bashorun in Ibadan, Oyo State on Tuesday, October 15, 2024. Thank you guys so much for joining. You're welcome to my live. My name is Julian. Bishop Abioye, currently the senior pastor of Living Faith Church, Goshen City, Abuja, first met Bishop David Oyedepo in 1979. That is a whopping 40 years plus. He held one of the church's 5 pioneer branches in 1987 and was consecrated in 1993 at the age of 32. And today he's 63, so he has given so much to the church. Bishop Aremu, who transitioned to full-time accounting career, was one of the 7 bishops consecrated in November 1999 at Garden of Faith, Kaduna. So that is the write-up that I got from news outlet The Punch, and you can listen and it is telling you everything that is actually going on. But now I think that bloggers did not carry the right narrative based on this, because usually I like to listen from both sides and then, you know, I get to make my own stand. Now, when this information first got out, it was the bloggers that were carrying the information, and they were saying that after people have served you in your church, they have helped you build your church, they have helped you build their congregation, you now want to send them on retirement. You're sending them away, mindful of the fact that you are even older than them. You can't be sending them on retirement while you are still working. But from this write-up, you would agree that the bishop is actually sending them on retirement because it is the church text, it is the church's mandate that requires that after a pastor reaches 55 years, it was first of all 60, but now it has been reduced to 55. You need to go on retirement. So this is about the church's practices and not something different as the bloggers suggest. Some of the bloggers actually are saying that they were not retired, they were sent forth. You know, in Nigeria, there is this thing where older businessmen recruit young businessmen, train them, and then send them forth, okay, so that they can go and begin their own business. So I want to say that it is a derogatory way to look at the issue Why would anyone want to reduce the bishop or the pastor to that level for having had people used them and dumped them? Actually, I think I have a write-up like that here, someone trying to explain what actually happened and trying to debunk the using and dumping of a thing. So I'm going to read that to you as well. Now, Sammy Eric says, stop saying what you do not know. This is my church constitution called the mandate. People, can you hear that? They have a constitution called the mandate. The two are not offended because they are still around. It means that in as much as they are going to be leaving the church in the days ahead, they are still around. There is no contention. There is no problem. This wise idea is the reason some churches like Baptist, Apostolic Assemblies, etc. still stand till today. You people want the church to scatter when Oyedepo goes to be with God, so that you would mock the church. According to the book, after the death of the main vision bearer of the mandate, every other leader or pastor in the commission has a number of years he must serve or age before making way for others to serve too, according to Numbers 8:23 to 26. This doesn't mean you're no longer a member of the church. They all gathered and approved that constitution, and none of them is offended. Note, the retirement of the church are automatic. It means that when you get that age, automatically you know that you're going to be retired. It's just online bullies that are crying even when they are not bereaved. Don't bring condemnation upon yourself because of emotions. Now, I think that I share a lot in common with this commenter, because when I first of all got this information and I decided to dig deep into it, I realized that it is not something that just happened to these two assistant pastors, because other bloggers make it look like they are being sent home, they are being sent forth because they don't want, the bishop doesn't want these two men to take after him, and that he has his son whom he has been grooming to take over from him after he joins the Lord. Yes, that's a possible allegation. Yes, it's a possible one, because there are other churches that have had their bishop or their general overseer hand over the church to their own children, to their family. And when it happens like that, many people tend to see it as someone handing over a business he has to his family members. But if it's in the light of Christianity and if it's in the light of the church, normally they're supposed to hand over to the pastor that is due for that position to lead. Now let's digress a bit. There was one interesting analysis about this topic that I came across. It was giving reference to late Prophet TB Joshua. Now, the late Prophet TB Joshua did not have any sons of his own. He had sons he had trained, but his own children were females, and at the time of his passing, none of them were pastors. But his wife had been serving with him in the position of a pastor, but not the lead pastor or the main pastor. We all saw how events unfold when Prophet TB Joshua slept in the Lord. All right. Things did not work out well. A lot of controversy was around that time. So many of the wise or the disciples he trained, they rose up against his church, against his family, against the members, against the church doctrines, and a lot of chaos happened. It got so bad that his wife, who was later on pronounced the head pastor and the leader of the church, had to go to court to settle differences between Prophet TB Joshua's disciples. Now, I'd like you to know that this video is not based on condemnation of any sort or revisiting things that really don't sit well that occurred in that place. I'm just trying to create like a level ground based on what the bloggers are saying or have been saying so far as this matter is concerned. Okay, now they say they don't want a situation where people will have to fight for the position of church leadership when the general overseer is no more, just like the case of synagogue church. But the long and short of it is, synagogue church, they went to court. The wife of the prophet, if you can hear me, let me know. Maybe I should give sometimes that was really poor. I had to restart the modem. So I want to believe the connections are much better now, so we can continue. I restarted the video on Facebook, but I managed to continue the broadcast on YouTube. So maybe so welcome back, guys. Welcome to all of you joining in again. Welcome. If you're joining in for the first time, my name is Gillian and this is Contemporary Views. You're welcome. All right, so let's continue with my analysis on Bishop David Oyedepo's case. So it is alleged that so many angry people, bloggers are bullying him right now for announcing the retirement of two of his vices. They say that they do not appreciate the fact that he is older than these two and yet sending them on retirement. Meanwhile, he is still in active service, and some of their Christians have come out to say that it is in what they call their mandate, that is like the laws governing their church, and that when a pastor serves up to the age of 60, is supposed to go to retirement. That was before now, but that 2-3 years back it has been reduced to 55 years, and that when a pastor turns 55, the pastor goes home on retirement. So for all of you joining in again, thank you so much. You're welcome back. I had to turn off and turn on the modem again because the connections were really bad. So personally, I'll just give you my own review of everything. Yeah, the broadcast, I don't want it to be long. My own personal reviews are, every group of people, be it in a church, be it in an organization, be it in an office, be it in a school, they have a rule of law that applies to them. I do not know, for one, what are the particular rules that apply to this group of people, but I know for sure, as their Christians are saying, I know for sure that this cannot be in practice if, guys, hold on a minute for me. You're welcome to my life. All right, I'll just give my own analysis. For those of you joining in now, please, I urge you to watch the video I did before this one, you would get the beginning. This is just like the part 2 of what I was already saying, and here I am going to give you my own very analysis. Okay, now, in as much as so many people feel that Kokoli, thank you so much. Thank you for joining in from Limbe. Thank you so much for joining in. Now, in as much as so many people feel that I talk against the church, I do not talk against the church. I talk against some doctrines that are not sitting well. Now, because so many bloggers are talking about Bishop David Oyedepo, and they are talking and saying so many negative things just because he decides to retire 2 of his members, doesn't make this man a bad person. Besides, I am not talking about anything that he has done. I am just talking based on what is actually making news, which is the lawful retirement of 2 of his vices. Now, some people feel that he is like sending these 2 because they have become famous. That is Bishop David Abioye and Bishop Thomas Aremu. He's sending them home because they have become so powerful, they have become so popular, and they look like people who can take over the church in case the bishop is no longer there. And some other group of people, some other group of bloggers are saying that he is as well sending these 2 home because he wants his sons to take over. Fortunately, he has sons who are also doing well for themselves, who are big pastors in church, and that he wouldn't want to hand over something that he started to a stranger. So in as much as it is a church where they have other people working for them, they would not want to hand over family business to strangers. I personally, I don't think that that is true, and I don't deem that fit. I don't think it is correct, because if people come together as a church to serve and put in their time to serve, I believe there should be a time for rest. That is retirement. Fortunately, I read in the first half of the video, I read a write-up from Punch. It was clearly stated in that write-up that they have what they call in their church the mandate. And in that mandate, there is a stipulated time for service and time for retirement. So I believe that, judging by the mandate, it is the church's right, or the general overseer's right, to end the service of these 2. Okay, so I really do not buy into the narrative where the bloggers are carrying about him, that he wants for his church to be handed over to his children, and that he has used these 2 bishops. It's true, Bishop Abioye, Papa Abioye, served for 40 years, and Pastor Aremu has served for 30 years. That's what I saw. So it looks like they have given a great part of their life to the church, and they are going to go home now because they are being retired as per the mandate. Now, some other people say that they don't like the fact that the bishop is going to remain and continue serving even when he has passed the rightful age to go on retirement, that the mandate the mandate removes only him. Only him is not bounded by that mandate because he's the general overseer. There I have a problem with. I want to believe that if we live in a community where we have laws, we have rules, people should not be above those laws or above those rules, because it would not sit in well. It doesn't fit in nicely when we have laws that we cannot respect these laws. So in the case of guys, I'm afraid I may not be able to continue this live. The connection is so faulty. But I just want to pass the message on and then conclude the video. I just want to end the live right now. Bishop Oyedepo is not sending away, he's not sending out, he's not parting ways with Bishop David Abioye and Bishop Thomas Aremu because he wants his children to inherit the church. I understand it is a text in their church. It is called the mandate that governs leadership or worship in their church. So it is about time for them to retire, and whether we like it or not, they are going to go for retirement because it is prescribed by the text that runs the church. There is nothing I can do about that. There is nothing you can do about that. In as much as churches of these days are being considered as businesses, there is always a time to end it all. So I think it is about that time for the two vice bishops who are going home on retirement. Now, I just want to leave you with one word. Every community has their rules, and if they are playing by the rule, I don't think that there's anything wrong with that. So with that said, happy weekend, and see you on my next live. Thank you and bye.